Hey everyone, today I have Sophie with me. She is actually a sister of one of my clients, and now we're super good friends. Anyway, she's redoing some of my furniture. She's super talented that way. Anyway, really good friend. I thought it would be really fun to show you guys. Some people, well, a lot of people color their own hair at home. This is a way that I can show you a little bit easier so you get good coverage. First off, we are going to go around the hairline. I'm using a 20 volume with a 5 NN just to cover the natural highlighting. That's what we call it, right? So yeah, just a 20 volume, we're covering that. We're going around the hairline. So that's what you want to do. First off, I like to try to be really precise in where I put this color, because it's obviously clear when you go to, not clear, but light when you go to put the color on. So some people will just kind of slap on the color and then there's lines everywhere. So I like to be as precise as I can, trying to get it around the hairline nicely so there's not little marks everywhere. And then as soon as you get it around the hairline, then I will show you what sectioning to do. Okay, so we come to the back. I know a lot of people have told me before that, yeah, I color my hair, but I just kind of slap it on and mush it around, like move it around. And so this will help if you have a little bit of a guideline on what to do. And like I said, I'm using the 20 volume to cover the gray, and that's what I am putting on the root area. And then I'm going to come back through and I will show you in just a minute. Okay, so I've got the hairline good. Then what you do is, this is parted in the middle, and then you can part down behind the ear, and you can section this part off. And then you can come on this side, go behind the ear. And you don't have to section those off if you don't want to. It's just a little bit easier to keep track of where you're at, especially if you're doing it on your own. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is come through. I'm going to take the first section, obviously going to come down the hairline. If you'll just lean down. Thanks, sweetie. So come down the hairline, make sure you get that good, up to where the line is of the growth, like the regrowth. Okay, and then what you're going to do is take a little section and you're going to just make sure the color is all on that regrowth area. And then take another little section. Same thing. Okay, another little section. Okay, so what you're going to do is do this section, make sure all the root area is covered. Then you're going to come over to this section, same thing, make sure all the root is covered. And then you will go to the back, same thing there. You're going to make sure all the roots are covered. And then after that, what you're going to do is you're going to come back and you're going to take the little sections, and I have 10 volume mixed with 5N, and I'm going to cover that with the ends. This is deposit only. So that's a 10 volume. So I have 20 volume here to cover the gray, and you're going to go through the whole head area, get that covered, and then you're going to go back with the 10 volume and 5N and cover the ends. And then if you want, you can brush through it all so it's in there really, really good and evenly. Anyway, and then you're going to process the full time, and then we will see you after this for the cut. Hey everyone, I'm back with Sophie. We just washed her, and now I'm going to show you her haircut. She has natural curl. She loves to let it air dry. I am going to do a tiny bit of drying today just so the before and after, you can kind of see a little bit of a difference. But it won't be a ginormous change. We're not doing a ginormous change. We are trimming. And so it's not gonna be a big before and after. It's just a trim. So we are trimming, but I wanna show you how we are going to do the layers in here. Sometimes if you have one length of hair, and it depends the texture of your hair, but it can feel like it's heavy. We do a little bit of layering with Sophie, so when she lets it air dry, then after she can kind of put her fingers through it and it will lift it a little bit, and there's a little bit of fullness. She doesn't like huge hair, but she does like some fullness. So that's why we put the layers in there. So what we're going to do is we are going to put her head down. Now remember, when you are trimming curly hair, remember some curl can really bounce up a lot. Some curl doesn't bounce up as much, but just kind of know your client to know how much length to take off. Now, when we do the sides, make sure that the chin is even here. And of course, like I said, we're just trimming, so we're not taking a lot, but when you do the back, make sure their head is down, so their chin is down. And then when you come to the side, make sure it's up and straight. We are going to trim the sides. Okay, then I want to show you how I do the layers in her hair. I take the top, from the top of this ear, obviously to the other one. Then I'm going to just clip that out of the way. We are going to hold this out, and you can see that that bottom length dropped out. So as long as that bottom length drops out, you can take the corner here, take that off, okay? Same thing here, make sure that drops. That way you're not taking the length, but you're taking the bulk up through here, which will help tremendously have a little bit of oomph for curl. Now, some curl, if you put layering in it, can be too much. So again, you need to know the person's hair. If it's too curly and it's going to bounce up way too much with layers, then you're not going to want to do it. But with Sophie's hair, the texture and how much she has definitely helps to have layering. And it makes it look thicker. Some people think that layering can make it look thin, and this will make it look thicker. So again, here's that corner, just taking that off. Okay, same thing over here. We're going to pull this back. All right, now we are going to take the top. We're going to pull this out, take this length, and now we start the 90-degree, and we're going to trim this to make sure that these layers are trimmed nice. Okay, so you can see we're just trimming that up. Same thing, we're gonna come on this side. Trim these layers on the 90 degree coming up to this top layer. Okay, then we're going to take the top here, pull this straight up, and trim, and bring the bottom up. And you can see that's dropping, which is the length. So that's good. That doesn't mean you're taking any of that length off. All right, you doing good? Awesome. Okay, then a tiny bit around her face. We're just gonna trim this. Same thing here. We're just gonna trim up the sides. Okay, all right, now, a lot of people have their own product. I'm gonna put some gel in hers. She usually does bring her own product and she just puts it in and then she leaves and she just lets it dry on her own. Today, where we're doing a video, I'm just gonna show you a little bit of what you could do if you want, or you can let it air dry, which most people do. This is a styling gel, which isn't gonna make it like crunchy, but it will give it a little bit of definition. Oh, see? Yes, and it smells good. Sophie can smell it, and it does. It smells really yummy. What I recommend is definitely, first off, just letting it air dry. That's what most people do. If not, what I would do is put your attachment on, and you can just hold the hair in a diffuser, and you can even like tilt your head to the side for me. You can even bring the hair obviously if it's longer, you're just gonna set your hair and then just bring it up and let it sit for a minute. This way it doesn't mess with your hair too much, but it does give the air in there. And I have it on a low speed, so I would definitely do it on a low speed. Another tip with curly hair is the less you mess with it, the better you'll be. You won't have frizz or anything like that. Okay, now kind of lean back a little bit. Thank you. So obviously on the after, I mean, it's gonna look different when she gets home and it totally dries. So we're not gonna get the full effect because we're just not gonna have her sit here the whole time and have it air dry and do the picture. So just know that with time, it will look a little bit different. But you can see some of that fullness that's happening through here. And then once that air dries, then she can come back through and put her fingers through it. And you can explain to it, like, do you just come back through and just kind of put your fingers through it and mess it up?
Like this.
Yeah, see, just
Gross.
okay, yeah, so this and then this. Anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to show you the after. Like I said, this isn't fully done, sorry, but with curl, you can't really do that right this second. So anyway, but I wanted to show you the layering, so it makes it look a little bit fuller and a little bit around her face. So thank you so much, sweetie. I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any questions. I would love to help. See ya.